Your hair, ladies. Anytime you see blonde, that's a lack of melanin. That's an albino trait. Blonde and limp. See how my shit stick up and do this? It's because of the strength that it has that it's able to do this. And if the thicker it was, the thicker it were, the more it would stick up. See, mine's real little, so that's closer to being a single strand. But anytime you identify with albino traits, limp, brittle, weak, I don't care how cute that shit might appear to be to you, why do you think, this is what you should be asking yourself, what is wrong with you that you think a deformity is cute? Why do you think being degenerate is more attractive than being dominant? Why do you think being inferior looks better than being superior? Why do you think inferior genes look better than your superior genes? Blonde is inferior. By virtue of the fact that it lacks melanin, that's why it's blonde. Straight hair is inferior by virtue of the fact that it is weak and brittle and breaks off because it is straight. The people with straight hair spend a lot of time and money and effort trying to strengthen their weak, brittle, and even blonde hair. They don't really like that. Those who know what it means. So ask yourself, why would you imitate another person's defect? And that's the fact, and that's what it is. Not even going to talk about what you do. If you don't know what you're doing when you're putting chemicals in your head, they go through your pores. If you don't know there are pores in your head, and those chemicals can get into your brain, then shame on you. If you're still even on that level. I ain't even going to address perms. Put perms in your head. You are permanently damaging your hair. That's what the perm means. We know it's not permanent, it's a temp. So if you're doing a temp to permanently damage your shit, then kill yourself. Really, I don't even have time for you. So that's enough of that. Makeup. If you are not using something natural and organic, then what you're doing is clogging your pores and fucking up your skin, and that's why you have to keep putting the makeup on. I ain't finna get into that. I'm gonna let the Empress talk to y'all about makeup. Fuck all that. The point is, colors that you put on your face were intended for people who lacked color in their face. Okay? Ain't nothing more foolish looking than a dark-skinned woman with some rosy red cheeks. You look like a fucking idiot. Next thing, clothing. You already know your clothing should be loose and comfortable. The pants, the jeans are cutting off your natural electricity flow. I don't care how cute they are. I don't care who make them. Baby fat, they're patterned off of men's clothing. Everybody knows dresses are for girls and pants are for boys. There's a reason for that. And last but not least, your precious shoes that y'all seem to love so much. Fucking up your spine, your equilibrium, the natural curvature of your spine. Your feet are made this way, flat, for a reason. There is a reason that your foot is made this way. When you do this, you fuck up the whole way your body is supposed to work. Why do you think you have to learn to walk in them? It's not a natural thing. You don't just put them on and just start going. Why you don't get none as a baby? Why they don't have little 3-year-old high heels and shit? Why y'all ain't putting them on your 2-year-old girls? Why you don't put them on soon as you start learning how to walk? Because you don't want to fuck them up for life? Could that be why? Did you know they spine, they shit still developing? But it's alright once it's set, you can just go on and ruin it. The price of beauty. I talk to my mate about this a lot now. That's what I like to deal with. What is the price of beauty? How far will you go to be cute? Will you fuck up your temple? And like I said, for what and for who? Trying to look like who? Trying to impress whom? Trying to get whose attention? See how y'all be walking? It used to be a time when that shit might have caught. It's something about that. You know, the walk that go with it. I get it. But if you look at yourself, you already got that walk. You already got it. You don't need that. Your walk is supposed to come from your rhythm. Y'all better listen to Dr. Africa. He talk about that shit all the time. But look at yourselves, man. Now when I look at you, I see your foot wobbling and shit. Your motherfucking foot wobbling back and forth while you're trying to walk on these stilts. You look crazy, and that shit is crippled. You are crippling yourself, and you look crippled, and you done trained us to think crippled look good. Walking crippled and crazy, that's supposed to be sexy now. You're damaging your bodies. Look it up. I'm not making this shit up. I ain't gonna spend too much time on it because I shouldn't even be telling y'all this. Like, this ain't something I should be having to talk about. Like, this is something you're supposed to already know about yourself. Come on, man. One thing you might want to know is that high heels were first worn by European men. White boys wanted to look taller. Matter of fact, it's a lot of shit that y'all are wearing and doing that you got from Europeans who, according to Dr. Africa, dressed you up like them in order to be attracted to you. Since they wore those big puffy curly wigs and all kind of feminine ass shit, which has become feminine now because y'all done took it on and started wearing it and think it's your shit. But go back, keep going back, look on the walls, look at what we still doing in certain tribes and cultures, and you'll see what we doing. Y'all don't want to talk to me about all this ancient shit. I know y'all invented wigs, makeup, weaves, and everything else. I mean, first of all, everything you came up with is not good and great. Don't be so proud of everything that black people did. Sometimes we came up with something for somebody else to use. It wasn't for us. And everything we came up with for us to use wasn't good for us. Madam C.J. Walker ain't no better than Madam Blavatsky to me. Matter of fact, I think I like Madam Blavatsky more than I like Madam C.J. Walker. That's a devil. That's what I told my son's sister when she asked me about Madam C.J. Walker. She's a devil. She ain't nobody for you to be looking up to. Look up to women like Harriet Tubman. Fuck Madam C.J. Walker. So every time, just because we came up with some shit, don't mean it's the shit, first of all. And everything, like I said, that we came up with wasn't necessarily for our use.